What's up, guys? You're tuned into the Off Limits podcast, the one conversation where nothing is off limits. I'm your host, Joyce, and today I am back with my friend. She came back. So I'm back with Joyce. Do you want to give them a little intro? Because they haven't seen you in a while. To be fair, they haven't seen me in a while.
Okay, so what did I say in this intro?
Who are you, Joyce?
Guys, I'm Joyce. Because we're both Joyce, I go by Joyce Mam. And yeah, I've got a YouTube channel, guys. So if you like, check that out. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this podcast.
And we'll put all her information in the description box so you can go back and find her later on. But now let's get into it, Joyce. We had a bit of a journey on our way here. How have you been? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good, man.
Okay, sweet. I'm good. So basically I wanted to get comfortable, Joyce. Get comfy. You need to get comfy for this.
Cool. I'm ready.
Okay, cool. So I wanted to talk to you about struggle love, basically, yeah. Because I was watching, obviously Will and Jada, that happened like a while back.
Yeah.
With entanglements. And then Tiny and T.I. were talking about 10-year anniversaries and how he'd rather struggle with her than, yeah, he was just like, he'd rather struggle with you than shine effortlessly with anyone else. That's what T.I.'s on, T.I. and Tiny.
Right, okay.
And it just got me thinking, like, why is this okay? Like, I get if that's, what you want, but I just kind of wanted to sit down because I feel like we've both been through our fair share.
We
So, okay.
With that,
yeah,
I think it depends on how you take what he said.
Okay, how do you take it then?
I take it as he's been with her for a very long time. So he's happy to go through the struggle phases with her.
Okay.
Not necessarily saying
right.
he will go through it with anybody else.
Right.
But because it's Tiny, he's like, yeah.
But he said he'd rather struggle through with her than shine effortlessly with anyone else.
But then again, that's what I'm saying. They've been together for so long. Cool. They're married. What does it say when you get married to someone? The vows. Don't give me that.
Sisters down for struggle love. I can't.
I'm not down for struggle love, but I understand it.
Okay, cool.
Does that make sense?
Cool.
I get it.
Cool.
Because if it was me, I'm not going to leave someone that I've been with for years for some man with money, and he might even just throw me.
But then, this is why I wanted to I get what you mean, yeah, but this is why I wanted to talk about, because I feel like we've just seen some things and we need to discuss this. Like, why is that okay? Like, because you know what it is? Even with like the whole thing of like being a ride or die, that's kind of what it got me thinking of. And when it's always like when you're younger, I'm not gonna lie, like you want to be a ride or die. You like
track me
in it. I'm like, so, like at the beginning, it's just like, do you know what? Because I feel like you look at the beginning and you see the bigger picture, and I feel like that's the kind of trap. Like I'm gonna say trap, right? You might think of it differently, but I feel like that's a trap that a lot of young girls, or like when you're in like growing up, you kind of get yourself into that because you feel like, now we have to go through this so that later on, because we've been through this, and then when we get here, like at least he's not going to leave me because we've been through all this together. And the way I see, I don't feel like that really guarantees anything. Like just because you've been through everything together, like you can be with your man every single day, calling him while he's in jail, putting money in his account, and then he comes out. And it's like, well,
I get it.
So what do you think? Like
that's why I feel like there's always two sides. Like with me personally, I always understand both sides.
Yeah.
So I kind of get it, but I don't get it.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? So I feel like for me, what you said is literally straight facts. So it's like, you can feel like, oh my God, I've been with this person for so long. Yeah. But then they can really turn around and do you dirty. Like, for sure. They could do that entanglement, you know what
exactly.
I mean? So it's kind of 50-50 for me. Like, I don't agree with it, but I understand why
people go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you feel about like when it's like glorified? Like, where with like when Gucci and Keisha, when he was there, like, oh yeah, like he's in jail, he put her through this, up, down, left, right, and center, and then okay, but she's a rider because she stuck through it for the whole thing. Or it's like there's so many instances, and it's like when now you've got people thinking like other guys, normal, regular guys thinking that that's the standard. Like if she's not willing to go through up, down, baby mama having a baby on her, all of this kind of things just to stick by with you, then she's not worth a ring. And I just feel like that's a bit mad. I feel like sometimes you just, when you get caught up in like the excitement and the make up, break up, and sometimes you feel like it's so passionate, and that's kind of what love is. And really it's not that.
But what I also feel like is because a lot of people, when they get into those type of relationships, they're young themselves. If they don't actually know what love is,
that's true.
That's the only person they know. That's what they're growing up. That's who they're growing up with.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's like they don't know any better. So it's like when they're going through that struggle love, they think that's normal.
Yeah.
And they're going to continue that for however long until they turn around and be like, hey, this is not for me. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like it might be even an age thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like now in this generation, men don't want to get married anyways. So it's just another excuse
as to why. Yeah.
Get married. That's what it is.
That's true.
What I personally feel like. So regardless, it's not about the struggle or anything. You don't just commitment. That's it.
That's the thing. That's even with the struggles. I feel like if someone wanted to be committed to you in like whatever way, like whether, because struggle love, it might not even always be that he's cheating on you or she's cheating on you. It could literally just be like financial abuse or just not telling the truth, like always lying about little things, like he'll be so like breaking up with you, like emotional manipulation, all that kind of stuff. Or
it's what I think has happened in this generation. A lot of people look at celebrities as the goal. So when celebrities are saying these things like struggle love and all of that,
in a bad marriage for life,
they need to remember these people have money. They can do what they want.
You.
We're not in the same boat.
Exactly.
Like we think, like they can go through this, so it's not the same.
Exactly.
Plus, with the struggle love, it's like, for example, what T.I. said. It's like, really and truly, they're not really struggling. Maybe they were struggling, but they're not struggling now.
At the moment.
And it's like, they've got to where they are. So it's like, he's kind of made it better in a way because he's got money. So she feels happy that she sticks with him, basically. But it's like, when you're young, you don't really... Well, it actually depends. Like, your man can make it. He's probably just working like simple 9 to 5, which is still money.
That's fine, yeah.
It's still fine and it's still money, but it's not what you're looking for, what you want, what people might want, females. But I just feel like, it's just they look up to these celebs when really you're not the same.
Exactly. It's just not the same situation. It's like, just not
you're not
fully, like, 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
Like they just kind of idolize that and they want that. And that's why they're like, we're happy with that, but you don't actually know what it takes to be in that sort of relationship. 100%. So, that's my views on that. But,
I get that. Okay, well, what would you say then, looking back? Because I feel like sometimes we've all been through it and girls are just like, well, I don't know if what I'm going through is actually struggle love and whatnot. What do you think? That's what I was going to say, because I was going to ask you, what would you say is an experience that you're happy to talk about, or one thing that you've accepted in like struggle love? Obviously not now,
I don't know, because when I think about it, I don't think I've been in struggle love. I like
Joyce.
What's struggle love?
Joyce.
Is it to do with money?
No.
What is it to do with?
Joyce.
What are you talking about? Is it like giving your all to someone and just not receiving that back?
It could be
the struggle of always trying to pull someone but they're kind of running away. You just kind of feel like you're chasing.
Yeah.
It's that kind of like struggle love.
I feel like it is. I feel like a lot of things are toxic. Like, I'll give my example, like one example I can think of that just came to me. Like, I remember at one point kind of overlooking the fact that I knew someone I was with was cheating. And I've done that, but it's just kind of like, do you know what, like, this is going to go away. And when it goes away, it's just like, we're going to get there. We'll get to like, we'll get over it, and it'll be stronger. And, you know, like that whole thing, it's like, the more you argue and the more you fight, like the fights that don't like break you, they make you stronger. And looking back, I'm like, why? I'm like, what was you, like, even talking about it, I cringe, like, when I think about the scenario, like, knowing that's happening and just kind of like turning a blind eye. But it's because you feel like there's like, I need to go through this because there's somewhere that I want to get to on the other side. Obviously, I was like, I'm going to say mentally a lot younger. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, I was younger, because, I mean, I've done a couple dumb stuff, you know, recently. But,
you know?
Yeah, but the point is, it's like, mentally I was young, and I feel like emotionally as well, you're just all over the place, like for me anyway. So just, like thinking this is a stage, this toxic thing is a stage I have to go through just to get to the other side and for us to be solid. And I personally, I would count that kind of situation as like struggle love.
Okay, I get it. To be honest, that is not the way forward, girls.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very against toxic relationships. If you know me, I hate toxic relationships.
Yeah.
For me, I would go back to what I was saying, always chasing someone. And you're just never getting that back. And it's just like, do you know what's toxic, guys, right?
What?
when you think, this is like when I was a lot younger, but it's like when you think it's okay for a man to keep going and coming. And you're just there thinking,
that bit, he loves me, came back.
He wants me because he
came back. Oh no. And then you're having to put up posts like, what's understood don't need to be explained.
That is struggle, and
it's struggle,
and it just messes with you mentally as well, and emotionally, and you're just all over the place. I feel like that was like a real struggle for me, because I was always chasing, running like one little dog. Ain't getting nothing back, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh babe, like I miss you.
And you're happy about it, and it's like, when really it's like, why do you feel that this is okay? And this is, I'm not even just saying that for like on girls, like on guy sides. Like I feel like why is stuff like that okay? Like, and it's not okay. And I feel like sometimes you kind of need to sit back and really think about, what is it with me that makes me feel like this is okay? And with a lot of people, it's just like, oh, it's easy to be like, oh yeah, like you just don't love yourself. You need to love yourself a bit more.
But to say that, I feel like that is slightly what it is. Okay. Because I felt like with me personally, at the time, it's like that was the only person I felt like I was getting love from. Do you get it? Yeah. And I feel like when that's the only person you feel like you're getting love from, you hold on to that and you don't want that to go. So for me, it was a self-love thing. People think it's not, because they feel like when you're grown, you're going to automatically have the confidence. You don't love yourself overnight. Like, it takes a long time. There's still people that are 30 plus that are still learning to grow, that are still learning themselves. Definitely. Do you get it? And I feel like with me personally, with people that I've been with that have done me dirty, that has been toxic, I was holding on to that feeling of being loved. Bearing in mind, like, I don't know how other people are in African households, parents don't really show you that affection.
That's what I was going to say,
like, when you get it from someone outside, you're like, oh my God, like, you need to hold it onto it, I need this, and that's when it becomes toxic. Like, you're blaming the other person, but really, it's you, because you have the choice to leave. You have the choice to go. He's like,
he doesn't really care.
I mean? He's chilling, and you're the one that's chasing, running. So really, who is there to blame? It's you.
It's
like,
you
have the choice. The same way with girls that get cheated on, and it's all fair enough. He's a prick for that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, you know what he's doing. It's your choice to leave. It's hard. I'm not saying it's easy, but really,
it's up to you.
You can get up and go. You just have to have that strength, and if you don't have that strength, that's when you're gonna be like, oh my God. Do you know what I mean? So I do think it is a self-love thing.
Okay. See, I agree with that. I feel like it's a self-love thing, but and I also feel it's kind of not knowing any better. Like, you haven't seen any different. And I feel like that's the problem when you have... T.I. can do what he wants in it. But when you got the likes of T.I. doing and saying stuff like this, they're making you feel like that is the norm. And I feel like that's where a lot of that comes from. Like, it might not necessarily be celebrities. It might even just be like your parents. Like, your parents are screaming, oh, like, we've been married 30 years, but it's been 30 years of him going to different countries in Africa to go cheat on your mum. So, in it, and they're calling like, oh, I have to go. Like, you know, and to you, that's the norm. No shade, no tea. But because that's the norm to you, it's like, you feel like, nah, well, for my mum to get to where she is today, for my dad to get to where they are today, for them to have a happy marriage, this is what they had to kind of go through. So I feel like kind of not having any good examples, and also only seeing negative examples and those negative examples kind of being normalized to people, I feel like that's a big part of makes you feel like, okay, well, should I stay? Like, maybe this is okay. Like, I know things spoke about that happening to her and, you know, how he did this in the first year, but they've been together for like 10 years and now they're good. So I feel like, because I feel like there's more examples of people going through struggle love than there is of people going through like healthy versions of love. And I feel like that's a big reason, why people think it's normal.
That is true. That is a big part of it, I personally think.
So we've discussed like struggle love. What kind of things can they look for healthy love?
To be honest, I personally feel, I don't want to be like a preacher or anything, but
go on, Joyce, preach. Go on.
For every person, it's totally different because you need to know who you're looking for, and I feel like you're only gonna know who you want/need by going. I know it sounds mad, but like kind of getting to know multiple people. Going through quite a bit helps you know, okay, I don't want that in a man, I don't want that in a woman. Like, you know what you want. And I feel like everybody wants different things. So I can't really give you a tip
on what to do. What to look for.
I wouldn't know what you would be looking for. Like, I could say, well, I'm happy with the brick man, not that I am, guys. Yeah. Somebody else would be like, nah, I only want guys that buys me cars. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it just depends. So I just feel like, just stay away from the toxic signs of a relationship.
Listen to the signs.
As long as you, like, there's red flags. If there's red flags, that's when you gotta go. But if you're just living happy, loving whatever you're doing with your man, your girl, whatever. Then, you know?
Just kind of like explore,
just go
flow.
With the flow and just see what you like, really.
Like I feel like that comes like understand yourself, and then when the more you understand yourself, you kind of know what you look for. Like even when you're dating, it might not like even. I think it's healthy to date, and I feel like it's good to date different people, so you can just kind of see different traits that work with you and traits that don't work. And if you feel like you're not ready to date, maybe even just look at your friends and stuff. Do you get like different male friends that you might have, different female friends that you might have? Like, what is it about them that you like? What is it about them that you don't like? Do you feel this could work with you as a partner and that kind of thing?
And what I would say as well, I forgot what I was going to say. What I would say is, before you end up loving anybody else, love yourself first.
Period.
Otherwise, it just won't ever work.
Exactly.
To be honest.
100%. 100%. I feel like that's a good place to end it. So we mentioned earlier that they can find you on YouTube. Do you want to give them your YouTube channel? I'll put it down in the description box.
Joyce Mam.
Okay, and you can follow us at Off Limits UK Podcast on all social media sites. And see you in the next episode, guys. Bye.